go to the drive-in movie with me, he said. So
yes.
what do you know? You're 17. You get to the drive-in movie. You smelled alcohol, did you?
Yes, I did.
But you're not scared yet.
No, not really.
So you watched the movie, and on the way home, what happened?
He took me, rather than take me back to my car, he took me out in the country. And when we were in the movie, he told me, I found out that he had been in prison, and he started with a lot of threats and a lot of, what could I say, just intimidation. And then the more afraid I got, the more excited he got. And so then he took me out into the country and proceeded to rape me.
He was somehow in a wacko way attracted by your fear or your pleadings.
Yes.
All right, you never see this man again. You go home, and I assume you're hiding this pregnancy for a while. You're not even sure. I mean, did you know what was up when you missed your period? I don't know how smart you were at 17. I'm not sure I know how smart I was.
I was really quite naive, to be honest with you. I wasn't sure. You know, fear will do a lot of things, and so when the first period was missed, I kind of got afraid, and by the time the second one was missed and I was feeling sick and nauseous, I started to realize that I was indeed pregnant.
Uh-huh. But you know, it's just hard to imagine how a young woman, 17, can walk through this. I mean, first of all, you were raised in a Christian home?
Yes.
So you were definitely a bad girl, and you knew it.
Yes.
And you were about to prove it with your tummy starting to swell, huh?
Yes.
So what moved you, and how many months were you pregnant before somebody said, uh-oh?
6.5 months before anyone knew that I was pregnant. I hid it well. I wore 2 girdles. I wore tight belts. I just scrunched this young man. No wonder he's 6'5" and very lean. I squeezed him from the beginning.
Did you guess that this was her son? You thought it was her husband? Well, she's flattered.
Thank you.
But this isn't all wonderful. You had a very difficult relationship with your baby boy.
Yes, I did. I was sent to this home for unwed mothers, and during the time I was there, a bonding happened. I still had no intention of keeping Patrick, but after he was born, just circumstances led to my keeping him, taking him home, and raising him, which was rather difficult because as he began to grow, well, the first time I looked at him, he looked like this guy, and then as he began to grow, his characterisms, his laughter, his looks all reminded me of this guy, and I took it out on him, which...
His grin, his laugh, his look.
When I was raped, the guy laughed and laughed and laughed, and the more he laughed, and the more I fought, and so it was this laughter that I always had hidden in my...
Yeah. I don't understand how you were you 18 when the baby was born or still 17?
18. No, 18. Wait a minute. I was 17. I was 17 when Patrick was born.
Well, you were there, Patrick. Let's get with it. It's only an hour show.
I was 17.
How do you, did you bring the baby home? First of all, what did your folks say when you said, I'm keeping this baby?
I didn't tell them I was keeping this baby. My mom and dad came there after 10 days, and I asked my parents if they wanted to see him, and at that time they said no.
They must have been a little horrified that you were going to keep the baby.
Well,
Wait a minute.